Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to replace a radio in a Golf, GTI, or a Jetta. If it has a radio that looks like this, we're going to show you how to do it. So stay tuned. So continuing our series on how to replace the radios in your dash, we have a Volkswagen today. So we're going to show you how to do it. Let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do is remove this. And for that you're going to want some form of a pry tool. Kind of get in there, pop it out. Now inside here is a Torx screw. It's a T20 Torx. Now we want to remove the grill portion of this. For that, just kind of work your way around. Be very careful. This piece here should pop off. Alright. I'll just kind of gently lift this out. Now we have to remove this air vent cover. So inside now is two more screws. There's one here and one right here. So this is the fun part now, separating this piece here from the dash. There's tabs here that go like this, that attach into this. There's two clips here that are metal, as well as there's these clips back here. So, and these sides are real flimsy. So just kind of work the back first to get those off so that it's loose like this. And now you want to just kind of come in here, like this. Lift forward, and there you go. Now this is free. Now, the one thing you don't want to do is disconnect this airbag. Leave it connected. Just pick the whole unit up like this and set it like that, move it back into the dash. Now we're going to go ahead, before we leave it there, we're going to get some carpet to put on the back side. Alright, so now we have a screw here and a screw here. Now there's little clips all along here that more than likely are going to break off because they're little metal clips on plastic clips. So just go kind of slow. Just kind of work your way. There we go. And these are the clips I'm talking about. It's okay though, it'll still snap back in place just fine without them. Now there's 4 screws that hold the radio in place. Go ahead and remove those. Now just go ahead and grab the radio, slide it out, gently wiggle it. Now once you get to the back of the radio, you have the antenna. Just kind of flip it over like this. There's a clip here, just kind of push this, it's going to swing open, remove, and then the antenna is going to do the exact same thing, remove it. So the dash kit we're going to use for this is the BK VWK 1017 from Best Kits by pack. So we have a double DIN option, as well as a single DIN with a pocket, which is what we're going to be using for this. Now these brackets will also do single DIN or double DIN. If you're doing a double DIN, just break these off. Otherwise, for us, we're going to leave them on. Now when putting the kit together, put the sides on first. And these are going to go towards the bottom because that's what the pocket is going to attach to. well, one of the things that the pocket is going to attach to. Make sure that these are all pushed in. Then what you want to do is install your pocket. Then install your single DIN bezel. Now these kits come with these funky looking screws. Those screws are made to go right here. And now your kit is complete. So at this point, you're going to take these guys like this. And they're going to snap into the side here and on here. And they don't really snap. They'll fall out. They're not, see, like that. They're not really, just kind of hold them there. And this will allow you to take a radio without the cage or the trim bezel. Just kind of put it in like this. Slide it in. And there you go. Go ahead and put your screws in. Now if you don't want to screw it in like this, no problem. Go ahead and leave these off. Remove the single DIN trim bezel. Take your cage, put it into the hole like this. Take your flathead screwdriver, push down the locking tabs. Go ahead and slide your radio in, like such. Take your single DIN trim bezel, put it back in play. Now if you need to service the radio, you can pop off the single DIN trim bezel, slide the radio out. So for this install, we're going to use the Pack Audio C2R VW2. This is a radio replacement harness without steering wheel controls. This will allow us to get an accessory power, turn on any factory amplifiers, give us parking lights or ignition, lights when you turn them on and off. Reverse. Now it does come with an instruction manual that you want to check out. There's two things on here of note, just so if you don't feel like reading it. The first thing is this guy right here. This is a low current output. The red wire on this, the ignition, has just enough power to turn on the radio. Nothing else. So if you're adding a backup camera or anything else like that, you're going to need to add a relay. Secondly, this portion right here, it talks about, like, you bought this because this is a more inexpensive harness, but let's say your car does have steering wheel controls and you want to add the control feature back in at a later date. With this pigtail here, you can do that. You can buy the SWIRC, plug it in, and then have steering wheel controls added at a later date. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pull the tape off like we want to do. Let's talk about what each one of these wires are so that you just have a good understanding of what they are. We'll start over here with these speaker wires, since these are the most popular. So we have green, green, black. The black, in this case, green, black, white, black, gray, black, purple, black, are all going to be the negatives. The solid colors are positive. Green is going to be driver's side rear. The white, white, black is going to be driver's front. The gray, gray, black is going to be passenger front. And the purple, purple, black are going to be passenger rear. Moving on over to the rest of these. We have a yellow, a black, and a blue-white. The yellow is going to be memory or constant 12 volts. The black is going to be ground. And the blue is going to be amplifier turn-on and or power antenna and or anything that needs to be turned on with the radio. Coming out of the harness are two pink wires, a pink and a pink black, that go over into our smart module. These are the CAN bus wires. Don't do anything with them. Leave them alone. They're not to be played with. Now we have two harnesses on here, and this is important. Some people make this mistake. The harness with the fewer wires, meaning just the white, the red, and the black, is for the steering wheel control add-on. You don't want to use that one for this. You want to use the one that has all the wires on it and the pigtail coming off. That's going to plug into the module. The wires that are coming off of it, we have red, which is there again, accessory, and a low output accessory. So add the relay if you need it. We have orange, which is going to be illumination. We have green, which is going to be reverse. We have red, white, which is going to be parking brake output. So if you have a video system and you would like the parking brake to function the way it's supposed to, no bypass, you'd hook it up to the green, light green wire to this wire here. And then you have purple white, which is going to be VSS. Now, VSX stands for Vehicle Speed Pulse. Pretty much all radios don't need this anymore. It's a throwback. Now, where this gets confusing is the green and the purple white. Most radio manufacturers use purple white as reverse. Purple white on these is VSS. If you hook these two together, the reverse is not going to work. So radio's purple white is going to go to the pack green for this harness. So since we're just putting in a single DIN, it has a basic plug, we're not going to need the VSS, the parking brake, the reverse, or the illumination. So we'll just go ahead and fold those over and we'll cap those off. Make sure you want to cap these off. Don't just leave them hanging in the dash like this, because these do go live. And if they are in the dash, you can blow up the module. So we'll cap those off. And then really the only thing we're going to need off of here is the red. So let's go ahead and pretty up the harness and get these capped off. Since this is a non-nav video screen install, it's just a CD player, it's going to be a wire-for-wire matchup, meaning all the wires here that we've talked about, except for the ones we didn't, which we taped up in here, are just going to match up to these. Just marriage the two up, and your harness will be done. So to keep your FM receiver, you're going to need this guy right here, the BAA DIN 22. This is an amplified antenna turn-on. It's got this cool little thing on here. Go ahead and pull that off. Now what it consists of is this tube right here. This is what turns on the factory antenna amplifier. There's a red trigger wire here that's going to get hooked up to the remote turn on of the radio. What we typically do is we just take some tape and tape this up, as opposed to the big piece of foam that was on here. Now we have our harness. What I like to do is leave a little bit open here sometimes until I'm done the very end, because sometimes like you forget, oh, I gotta add something. In this case, we're gonna add the power antenna as well as a remote turn on pigtail, because in this particular install we're gonna be putting in an amplifier. So we'll go ahead and add that in. We'll add in this on top of it. Alright, and just in case you were wondering, this is a brand of tape called Tessa. It's an automotive felt style tape that they use to make your harnesses look like factory harnesses. If you'd like to pick some up, we'll have links to it in the show notes. Now, all we need to do is plug in our harness to our brain. Make sure the one there again with all the colors, not the one that doesn't have it. And we're all set, ready to go. We'll put a little tape on here just to finish it off, but other than that, it's ready to go into the car. Alright, so now what we want to do is plug in the harness, plug in our antenna adapter. We added an amplifier, so we're going to go ahead and plug in our remote turn on. And just kind of shift this stuff to the back. Take your radio, antenna, harness, and then of course give it a test.
In your DUP, trying to pull her into a hard Brexit.
Alright, we have sound, so we'll go ahead and screw it in. When you're putting this kit on some of these, they have little tabs that stick up all around here that when you go to put this on, it kind of gets in the way. If that's the case, you do have to file them down so that the kit will go back on. Otherwise, like this one, just go ahead and push it on. And there you go. Even though those tabs are missing, it's on there nice and tight. Alright guys, there you go. That's how you replace your radio in your Volkswagen. Fernando.
Thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
If you guys would like to ask us more pointed questions, check us out every Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for our Facebook Live. You guys have a good night.
See you later. Bye. That's a pointy question.
Oh, okay.